I'm Claire, 34, and I've been happily married to Daniel for 6 years. My younger brother Ethan has always been my closest confidant, so when he invited us to his destination wedding in the rolling hills of Tuscany, we were ecstatic. For the first 2 days, everything was flawless. The vineyard venue, the golden sunsets, the laughter-filled celebrations. Then, on the third day at the post-wedding brunch, Daniel suddenly gripped my arm and whispered, "We need to leave. Now." I froze. "What are you talking about?" I hissed. Finally, he turned to me, eyes dark with urgency. "You really didn't notice?" "Notice what?" "The bride. She's not who she says she is." What he said next turned my blood to ice. The arrival. We arrived at the Villa Rosso on a Thursday 3 days before the wedding. Ethan had spared no expense. A sprawling private estate with enough rooms for the wedding party and immediate family. The place was breathtaking. Endless vineyards, olive groves, and a view of the Tuscan hills that looked like a painting. As we pulled up, I saw my parents, Lillian and Richard, laughing with Ethan on the stone steps. Dad was gesturing wildly, the way he always did when excited. Mom looked radiant in a cream sundress, her dark hair streaked with silver. "There they are," Ethan called, jogging down to greet us. 31, he still had the energy of a golden retriever, pulling me into a bear hug. "Where's the bride?" I asked once he'd set me down. "Getting final touches with the girls," he grinned. "You'll meet her at dinner tonight. You're going to love Sophia, she's perfect." I'd only met Sophia twice before, once at Christmas and again at their engagement party 4 months ago. Both times she'd been charming, though our interactions were brief. Ethan had met her just 9 months ago at a charity gala in Milan. Their romance was a whirlwind, engaged in 6 months, married in less than a year. The welcome dinner. That evening, the courtyard was transformed. Fairy lights, long tables draped in linen, the scent of rosemary and roasted meat in the air. Sophia stood at the center of it all, glowing in a white lace dress, her auburn hair cascading in perfect waves. "Claire!" she exclaimed, rushing over. "Ethan talks about you constantly. I want to hear all his embarrassing childhood stories." Her enthusiasm felt rehearsed, but I chalked it up to nerves. When I introduced Daniel, she lit up. "The brilliant architect," she said. "Ethan told me you just won that prestigious award." "That's incredible." Daniel blinked, surprised she knew. Throughout dinner, Sophia worked the room like a politician, remembering names, asking about careers, laughing at all the right moments. She was especially attentive to my father, drawing him into deep conversations about his real estate empire. "She's intense," Daniel muttered as we watched her charm an elderly aunt. "She makes Ethan happy," I said. "That's all that matters." The first red flags. The next day, during the rehearsal, Sophia was a flawless conductor, smooth, efficient, but with an undercurrent of control. At one point, I overheard her arguing in a hushed, razor-sharp tone in one of the bedrooms. "I don't care what it takes. This has to go perfectly." When she saw me, her voice instantly softened. "Just a last-minute florist issue," she laughed. But as she brushed past me, I noticed something odd. She was holding a black phone. Later, I saw her texting on a gold one. Maybe one's for work? Daniel suggested when I mentioned it. That night at the rehearsal dinner, Sophia gave a tearful speech about how Ethan was her dream come true. My mother dabbed her eyes. My father beamed. But as we walked back to our room, Daniel suddenly stopped. "Did you see that?" "See what?" "Sophia's father, the way he just nodded when she mentioned Stanford. Earlier, she told me she went to NYU. A chill ran down my spine. The wedding day. The ceremony was straight out of a fairy tale. Ethan looked at Sophia like she hung the moon. Her vows were poetic, her tears genuine. But at the reception, I noticed things. No childhood friends. Just a handful of vague cousins. Her accent shifted, smoother with my parents, sharper with her uncle. She kept steering my father toward a man introduced as her investor cousin. Daniel discreetly took photos, not of the festivities but of Sophia's interactions. "What are you doing?" I whispered. "Documenting," he said grimly. Confrontation. The next morning at brunch, Daniel's phone buzzed. His face went pale. "We need to leave. Now." In the car, he showed me his screen, a background check he'd quietly requested. Sophia Lombardi didn't exist. The woman in the photos had 3 other names, 3 other husbands, all wealthy, all drained of assets after the wedding. "She targeted Ethan to get to Dad," Daniel said. "She's been copying his passwords, accessing his accounts. If we don't stop her, she'll disappear with millions." Truth comes out. We raced back, gathering Ethan and my parents in private. When we showed them the evidence, Ethan's hand shook. Sophia walked in, all concern. "What's wrong?" Ethan faced her, voice breaking. "Who the hell are you?" For a split second, her mask slipped, her eyes turned cold, calculating. Then she laughed. "This is ridiculous." But when Daniel pulled up her real identity, Anya Volkova, wanted in 3 countries for fraud, she dropped the act entirely. "Fine," she sneered. "You caught me. But you'll never prove anything." My father stepped forward, phone in hand. "The police are already on their way." The aftermath. Sophia, Anya, was arrested that afternoon. We later learned she was part of an international scam ring, targeting wealthy families through perfect marriages. Ethan was shattered. But a year later, he met Lena, a teacher, warm, real. No whirlwind romance this time. Just slow, steady love. As for me, I learned that perfection is often the best disguise. And that when something feels off, trust your gut. 'Cause sometimes the fairy tale is just a lie waiting to unravel. Have you ever had a gut feeling about someone who seemed too good to be true? Share your story below. And if this sent chills down your spine, like and share, you might save someone from a nightmare.